we decided to recall the most interesting thing that happened in the last century, namely, in its second half. The times of the 60s, 70s were full of unforgettable events and ambiguous personalities. Let's start. The most famous festivals. Woodstock 1969. One of the most famous rock festivals of the last century. It became the end of the hippie era and the beginning of the sexual revolution. For 3 days, the festival was visited by 500,000 people. It was performed by The Who, Jefferson Airplane, Janis Joplin, Creedence Clearwater Revival, Joan Baez, Joe Cocker, Jimi Hendrix, Grateful Dead, Ravi Shankar, Carlos Santana, and many others. Documentary Woodstock, 3 Days of Peace and Music, received an Oscar in 1971. Rock Werchter, European rock festival since 1974. Many times the event received all kinds of awards, including the Arthur Award as the Best Festival of Peace. Every year, in a village near Brussels meets Radiohead, Red Hot Chili Peppers, Metallica, Green Day, Kings of Leon, Blur, and many others gather. Cult performers. Cher. Well, who does not remember I Remember You Still a Baby? Did you know that Cher was the producer of the young Michael Jackson? Tina Turner, the queen of rock and roll. The magazine Rolling Stone named her one of the greatest singers of our time. Pink Floyd. The group was formed in the mid-1960s in London. The number of fans of the group is growing up to this day. Jimi Hendrix, one of the most courageous virtuosos in the history of rock music. In 2009, the magazine Time called Hendrix the greatest guitar player of all time. The Beatles have pleased us since the 1960s. John Lennon, Paul McCartney, George Harrison, and Ringo Starr released 13 official albums and 211 songs. The Doors started in 1965 in Los Angeles. In the US, they sold 32,500,500 copies of their albums and more than 100 million albums worldwide. The Doors became the first American band who has 8 gold albums in a row. So sounded our 60s. Surely you have something to add. Tell us about your favorite artists of that wonderful time in a comment. We have a surprise. We will release the second part soon to tell more about this unforgettable time. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to Shiny Channel.